morning. I am just back from a busy little weekend. So we were down at Lee's mum and dad's house in his home village of Frookie. It was his dad's 70th birthday. Lee's family are super into cricket. His little claim to fame is that his village, Frookie, is the only team in Scotland to have won at Lords, which when I met Lee that meant nothing to me, but now I'm like, you know what, that's pretty blooming cool. And his dad was in the team, so for his dad's birthday he wanted to get his two sons back home and have a game of cricket together, so that's what we done. It was so nice. And we also had a few nights in Glasgow before that. Nuala was staying with a friend on Skye, so she is super needy today and super happy to have us back, although the family that she was staying with just absolutely dote on Nuala and spoil her rotten, and we are so lucky to have such an amazing group of people to look after Nuala when we're away. So she always comes back in great form, but always is very sooky and needy. So I'm actually only home for a day and then I'm heading away again. I know I said in a recent video about making myself too busy, but I feel like I have managed my kind of energy levels and time better in that last few days that I was away. And I actually, for the first time ever, batched some content to post while I was away. I think when I go away and it's not really like a trip for making content, I feel a bit, I don't know, stressed about getting stuff up and not really being in the mood for making content because I'm not really there for that reason. I'm there to spend time with friends and family. So I did, for the first time ever, not just when I made videos, just post them whenever they were ready. I'm quite bad for that. I do like the spontaneity of that and posting in such real time. But yeah, I saved some videos to post while I was away and I've come back and I'm feeling really good. And I've still got some in the bank for posting as well. So today I'm gonna do the same. I'll batch a few videos. I'm feeling really good about going away, and I'm actually gonna be working at my friend Gabby's summer camp. So she has a club called the Main Character Club, and she's arranged a 4-day summer camp at Comrie Croft for a group of gals to go spend a few days together and live their best main character life. So I am so excited for it. But yeah, today's my little day at home, so I've got a few things to get on top of, but also just gonna have a little bit of a recharge and kind of look after my energy levels and do things that fill my cup before a busy week of work. But I've actually got a few parcels that I arrived home to, so I thought I could see what's in them. Still fully blows my mind that I get PR. Like, that's never going to be normal to me. Pretty obvious who this one's from, Faith in Nature. And I always wondered, like, when I'd watch influencers and they'd be like, oh my gosh, look what's just arrived in the post, and I'd be like, surely you knew that was coming because you had to give them your address. But these guys actually got in touch ages ago about sending me a parcel, so when this came I was like, oh my god, like, wasn't expecting that. You kind of forget that it's coming. I don't really know what the products are though. I think they said they were new. So we have a refill shop here in Skye called the Silky Collective. Amazing female-led businesses, really like champion fellow female business owners on the island. They do a podcast, which I was actually on once, which was crazy. And I feel like they definitely like believed in me before I believed in myself, because when they asked me to be on it I was like, what the hell, why? And my following was tiny then. Yeah, they wanted me to come on and talk about my photography and social media management business. So I have so much love for the guys at Silky Collective, and you can get Faith in Nature products there, and I use them on the refill basis already, so super nice to be sent some as well. Oh, so it looks like they're running a new aluminium bottle. So I think that's what this is. I actually, when I first opened it, I saw the bottom of a can and I was like, oh, is there like a dry shampoo or something? But no, this is like an aluminium bottle, so that's really cool. Also, I feel like the lighting where I am and that I've been petting Nuala, there's probably been dog hairs flying everywhere, so sorry about that. But yeah, this is a body wash in an aluminium bottle. That feels really cool. I love that. Oh, and then a shampoo. I have used this before and I absolutely love it. Let's have a smell. It smells so good. I think the older you get, the more you realise, like, I would have in the past thought like a rose fragrance would be quite granny-ish. But like, grannies have been around for the longest time. Rose seems to be one of the fragrances they all settled on, that they decided this fragrance is good. So I just feel like we can learn a lot from grannies. So I absolutely love rose fragrance stuff now that I've like reframed my brain like that. Yeah, this is the same fragrance. And then, it smells like you've got your shit together and that you are like an old soul and you know what's up. So very happy to receive them. And another package as well, which I think might be put to use both today and while I'm away at the summer camp. So I've received a pair of boots from Merry People, and I'd actually not come across them, for full transparency, before, but I feel like when you go and follow a brand for the first time and see who's already following them, is a good indication of what the brand is like. And my friend Gabby, who actually is the one that's running the summer camp that I'm working at, is Australian. This is an Australian brand, and she followed these guys. So I was like, That's a good sign. Australian brand followed by an Australian person. Nila's being so cute down here. I don't know if you can see her, but she's like got her wee head in my lap. Very cute. They also came with like, oh, they're so nice. So they're like a blue. I don't know if you would see the colour properly, but they're a blue and kind of browny colour. They're so nice. And yeah, they're a little pair of wellies. They're very handy living in Skye. So I'll probably need to find a nice muddy walk with Nila today to make the most of my new boots. Let's see. I really hope you can see me. Oh, you know when you put on a pair of shoes and it's just like sucks you in for a little hug? That's what these feel like. Oh my gosh, my legs are covered in dog hair. Love, they're so cute. How do you actually show a pair of shoes on here? Absolutely love the colour. I was really tempted to have a yellow pair. I was so tempted to get them, but I thought these would be nice, versatile, and I'd probably even wear these, I don't know, like with a little dress or something. Very cute. So I'll be wearing these on my walk with Nila today. But right now I'm just going to make a little cup of tea and then I'm going to do some editing and then I'm going to head off and take this little walk. I also need to head to the vet's, which is in South Skye, so I'll probably do my walk in one of my favourite woodlands down there. I finally just finished up that work that I had to do this morning, so it's time to take little Miss Nula, it's like she knows, on her walk. Took a little bit longer than I thought I would, but we're ready to go now. Shall we go? Let's go. Oh, it's so rainy. I've arrived at the vet's, and fun fact about this place is the vet that runs this practice was our landlord in the rental that we had before the house that we live in now. So it was kind of like the reason why we were a bit ballsy to ask if we could get a dog while we were living in a rental, because we were like, can the vet really say no? Such a brainwave when I was at the vet's. I was like, oh my gosh, so I'm down in this part of the island, so I'll head further south and go get a haddock wrap from the Fisherman's Kitchen, which is essentially like a bit of fish that you get with a fish supper in a wrap with pesto meal, and it's so good. And we used to live just like 5 minutes from it, and it used to be my little work from home lunch treat, but they were closed today. So now I'm just very hungry and walking in the rain, but it's very, very pretty and always just makes me feel so alive. This little doggy keeps joining us too. Literally have not seen its owner at all, but it looks quite happy. Who is he, Nula? Who is he? You keep coming with me. Good girl. Nula loves a good sniffy walk when it's raining. He keeps kind of just silently appearing behind me. Also, quick review on the boots. Super comfy, super cozy. Big fan so far. I love this part of the walk where you start to come out towards the sea and it's like the trees on the background of the sea. It just looks so gorgeous. I love coming to sit on this little bench, but not sure it's really the weather for it today, but so lovely. There's a little heron down there. There's definitely some little signs of autumn starting to come. The leaves are starting to brown. The bracken as well starting to go a little brown. I feel like the rowan berries, like the red of them, also have a real autumnal feeling to them as well. Definitely not one for wishing away the seasons, but there's not even a summer to cling on to and say, no, I don't want it to go anywhere, because it's just been straight up autumn for like the whole summer. A friend was saying his house was 8 degrees in the morning, one morning this week, so I think that's it. Autumn, I'm ready for you. can literally see my breath. That's me home, so I'm just going to dive into some editing of some photos that I need to deliver to a brand today. And truly one of the greatest joys in life for me, and this is also a huge part of why I turned our spare room back into a spare room and not my office anymore, is sitting on the couch watching the trashiest of trash TV on the sofa while I edit. Honestly, call it unprofessional if you like, but it is how I work best, and I've tried every way. And to make it even better, the new season of Emily in Paris is out on Netflix, so that's what I'm going to put on as I edit these photos. Here is my little setup. So I've just finished a changeover in the garage, so I thought before I clean the floor I will give you a little tour. Forever being asked to do a home tour, and I don't know, I just don't feel ready to do it yet, but we can do a tiny home tour in the meantime. So I thought I'd go from the outside and give you the full walkthrough of the visitor experience. So when people arrive, they have to walk up by the side of our house. So we've got a lot of these little cafe curtains on the side of our house just to give a little bit of privacy for both us and them. There's Lee showing the function of that one. We've got no one checking in today, so we've got them open. But yeah, then they come to the garage, and Nuala will be usually at the gate here welcoming them. And it's a little lockbox system, so they can let themselves in, because we're usually a bit all over the place. But yeah, it was really good to get this put up in the garden, because that just instantly gives us a bit more privacy in the garden and hides our bins and our gas tank. But yeah, here is the room itself. Putting the bed here, when I was showing people the floor plan, when this was still just like the seedling of an idea, it got so many eyebrow raises, but it's now definitely the part that gets us the most like positive comments in the reviews. I've done a bit of a scrappy job making the bed, but I'll neaten that up before I go. But also it is such an annoying bed to make, like it drives me insane. But that being said, I would not change a single thing about the layout of this place. Underneath we've got these two baskets where people do want to unpack clothes, but they can be shoved to the side and suitcases can just be wheeled under there. We've also got this little basket which has a few hangers that can be popped up there if people want to hang their clothes, hairdryer, and also we've got a window vac, because it's great having the bed right up against the window, but it does steam up quite a lot. I think we're gonna get a new window in the winter and get one with a trickle vent on it, because we got a new door and got a trickle vent on it, and I wanted to kind of see if that would be enough ventilation, but it still is steaming up a little bit. So yeah, gonna get a new window for there, but it's doing the job for now. But yeah, I think with the bed being right up against there, it does steam up. When I was designing it, I was always thinking about putting a curtain here, but then with the condensation, I just thought it would make it a lot worse if it was even more closed in against the window. So we've left it open for now, but maybe when we get the new window, we can pop a curtain on here and just make that a real cozy little nook. But yeah, the thing that I was really kind of trying to nail down when I was designing it was making this view optimized as much as possible. Like adding all these different zones makes the place actually feel a lot bigger. Yeah, before I came up with this, I was always putting a little kind of breakfast nook like this, or like window bench right up at the window, but then I was like, oh, it was just a bit awkward to then have the bed behind it, and it all felt a bit clunky. And then my eureka moment when I came up with this window in the bed frame. Honestly, I will say it's probably my proudest idea I've ever come up with. This radio, which honestly I mainly thought to do because it is a small space, and into the bathroom in a small space can be, you know, you don't get a lot of privacy. I thought at least give them a bit of extra soundproofing, because we did end up doing the sliding door just to optimize the space again. And we did add these strips for extra soundproofing, but you know, you can only get so much soundproofing with a sliding door. So that's why the radio's there. This little love seat as well, when I ordered it, I was like, God, is it really necessary to have a sofa in such a small space? But it works perfect, and every single time we come to the changeover, you can tell it's actually really well used. It's always a bit like, you know, you can tell people have been hanging out on it, so that's really nice. I've got a few books and cards and stuff in there, and some hot water bottles because it is summer but it's still chilly. Over here we've got our little kitchenette. It was a little like £20 upcycle job from Facebook Marketplace. It is a little bit higgledy-piggledy when you look at it like this. I do need to do a little bit of a repair job on some of it and just, yeah, neaten it up a little bit, but that'll be a job for the winter. But yeah, we always get really good comments about how well supplied the kitchen is for being so small as well, so that's great. We've got 2 plug-in hobs up there, toaster, we've got our kettle, all sorts. No one's ever been short of anything in the kitchen, it seems. And you can ask for an air fryer as well, and we would provide that for them. It says that in the description. But yeah, I'll give you the full look actually of this section before the bathroom is opened. I'll do the full loop around actually. So yeah, that's the space. And then we'll go into the bathrooms. We've also got this little step as well, because it's really handy for getting this stuff, and it's really handy for getting in and out of the bed. And we've got some switches up there that power the heated towel rail in here and the extractor fan, which annoyingly people do switch off, which I wish they wouldn't because it's such a small space and we need all the ventilation we can get. But I should probably put a little, sticker on that switch saying do not switch off. Yep, the bathroom is a 90 by 90 shower, I believe, so it is still pretty spacious. Like, it's not the smallest kind of shower you can get. And everyone always remarks on my square toilet. That's quite often Americans are quite mind blown by that. Mum and Dad got that mirror as a wedding present. The tiles are from baked tiles and they're just gorgeous. These ones are baked tiles too, and they're the same tiles as here. I kind of love this view when all like the checkerboard tiles ties in with the yellow here and the wallpaper. That's the bathroom. We've also got a little, space for a little box here. And it's a little black electric shower. Oh, and another thing people always ask, this is a fridge in here, so that's super handy. And then this is also the bins in there. This is the water heater in there, and a little bit of cleaning stuff, and an extra tea towel, and a dustpan and brush. Also, yes, that sink is very small, very practical for the space, but people can kind of use this as, I don't know, to brush your teeth or anything. Like, I feel better about that sink being so small with the fact that there is another sink in the place. So that is our tiny home. I'm going to clean the floor now and get it all locked up. We've not got anyone in tonight. We had a one night opening. We just thought, you know what, we'll give ourselves a little break, and it's been much needed today because I've ended up a lot busier than I thought. It's about 6 o'clock now and I've just got this done. So yeah, get the floor cleaned and then get it all locked up for our guests coming tomorrow. Got a very Scottish dinner of chicken stuffed with haggis with a peppercorn sauce. Yummy. Lee's head chef.
I'm bollocks.
You are.
No way.
You are. Your dad outed you at the weekend, by the way. He said, and now I realise where you get this from. He was like, I always like to put a tea towel on my shoulder because it makes me look like I'm busy when really it's just a disguise for getting away with doing nothing. That's what your dad said.
Well, that's maybe his way, but my way is I put it on there whilst I'm doing something to then use it again in a second.
What seemed like a simple meal is using so many cooking appliances. We've got 3 pots, the air fryer and the oven. You can narrate.
Chops. Actually, I think I find they're French fries that are getting on the plate there. I better get the whole of Caroline in or I'll get a row for framing.
It's about the food.
It's about the food. Get the food! Look at those French fries. Homemade. If you include warming up, it's homemade. Look at Nilla. She thinks she's getting some food. And chicken breast, succulent.
It's a lot of chicken. Is it too much?
No. Chicken's good for you.
Chicken is good for you, high protein.
Why chicken's good for you? Just because!
It's a bit funny. Oh, wait.
Now it's time for the haggis. Just call it chicken and haggis. Other people call it Balmoral chicken, which I think is a nicer name. Don't think it's ever been eaten at Balmoral, but you never know.
This is some interesting presentation from me.
If King Charles or William or Kate or Harry, don't mention him, if they want to let us know if you've eaten this at Balmoral, that would be nice.
They're tuning in.
Yeah. Come on, we're pals. I have actually briefly met Prince William.
Tell them the story then.
That was when I used to work, this is random, used to work security, and I was working at a party at the Sea Life Centre in St Andrews, and we were told that Prince William was coming along and his security detail was going to be leaving him, and then we would be in charge of his security for the evening. So I was a security guard, that's definitely in inverted commas, for Prince William whilst he was at St Andrews University.
I might use that as my clickbait title for this video.
Oh, there you go. And I was standing at a doorway and he came along and he asked me, he was like, is it okay to go through this way? And for a split second or two I felt like saying no and sending him on his way just because it was him, but I was like, no, you're allowed through here, on you go, sir.
Sir.
Yeah,
You're meant to call him Your Highness.
Nah, not when you're security detail, sir.
Is that right? Do you want this in a jug or just pour it on?
Just pour it on.
Get a wee close up of that.
Look at that.
And pouring it here.
Peppercorn sauce.
I'll put the last of it in the wee jug. That's some feast.
I'll put some on the chopping board there. Look at the steam rising. That's pancake steam rising material right there.
Should have just put the rest of this on the plate.
Banjo.
Yummy!
Ladies and gentlemen, dinner is served. To the drawing room!
So I'm now just prepping for heading away tomorrow, and after summer camp I then got my cousin's wedding and I'll be staying in my van for that. So I was just kind of getting everything ready for it, and you know when like one job leads to another. We bought this van with like stickers on the side that said van life on it, and it just makes us look like raging tourists, which when you live in the Isle of Skye you kind of want people to not drive at you like you're a tourist. We'd half taken it off, but with the amount that we had taken off, it was kind of looking like it said Barbie on it, and people thought we had a Barbie sticker on our van. So I was like, you know what, it's time. We need to just get these stickers off properly. So one thing has led to another, and that is what we're doing now. The van is almost ready for me going away. It's nothing fancy. It's kind of dark. I wonder if I can get the lights to come on. It's just a little mattress on a little platform. Absolutely nothing fancy, but space for bags and stuff underneath. And yep, it does the job. That is me just getting ready for bed now. So this summer camp that I'm going to work at, I thought I'd give you a little bit more context as to what it is. It's being run by my friend Gabby. Some of you might know her. Her handle on Instagram is Scotland Magic, and yeah, she runs the main character club. And me and her actually met, and honestly, I'll take any opportunity I can get to drop this in, but I used to be a bus driver tour guide, so I used to take tour groups of people around the Highlands and Islands. Kind of a big part of how I ended up living where I do. But yeah, Gabby was one of my tour passengers, and to cut a long story short, from very early on of meeting Gabby, I said, I think you'd really like living in Scotland. And fast forward 4 years, she has been living here for 4 years and has now built the most incredible business for herself, and I am so proud of her. Also a little lesson in like why you should like make the effort to do the nice thing, because essentially I used to, on all of my tours when we were in Inverness, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is the place that I go for lunch, I'll be there if anyone wants to come along, and no one ever took me up on it. I guess it was like they probably thought I wanted my own space while I was having my lunch, but Gabby came along. And yeah, it was when me and Lee were first getting together, so she was actually one of the first people to know about me and Lee. And yeah, we just got straight into the deep chats, and she is now one of my very best friends. But yeah, she's hosting this summer camp. It is 4 nights at Comrie Croft, and it's just going to be amazing. I actually know someone from the Highlands that is going down for it, so that'll be cool. But yeah, essentially I am one of the camp counsellors, so there's 4 camp counsellors, and we've all got our little groups. It's going to be so fun. But I did actually work as a camp counsellor throughout my summers at uni at summer camps in America. So I done 1 summer camp in Pennsylvania, and then I done 2 summers at the same summer camp in Massachusetts. The summer camp that I worked at in Massachusetts was an all boys camp, and this summer camp that Gabby's putting on is an all girls camp. So very cool to get an experience of doing it for an all girls camp, and also just very cool to do it with adults. So I already know it's going to be an absolutely unforgettable few days, and I cannot wait. So I don't think I'm gonna YouTube over the next few days, or I'm not gonna do like a dedicated YouTube video, but I might just at the end of this video insert a few clips from summer camp, because I'm probably going to be in quite like a work zone. I quite like to have a little bit of like a visual diary from it. What I'm going to do is just hopefully grab a few clips from the 4 days at camp while I'm there. A few of the things that will be happening will be we're having a big campfire one night, we've got some water sports, archery, and lots of just like cozy vision boarding, all sorts of amazing stuff. So I shall grab some snippets here and there when I can and insert them now. Let's go to the main character club summer camp. Oh my goodness! Here's the venue. Oh, obsessed with this corner. Summer camp! The bus is about to arrive. She has arrived. Oh, that looks so good. Hey!
You've got this.
Yay!
Pretty stubborn cotton wool, man.
Very aesthetically pleasing. It'll be in the background of my YouTube video. Let's do
Billy in the kitchen. Very sweet, thanks. Look at that knife.
Yeah.